I sat at the edge of the dining table, hands wrapped around my coffee, listening to my mother-in-law. Her voice was syrupy, almost casual. "Take the blame for my son's DUI," she said. "You have a clean record. He can't go to jail. Think of the family." I stared at her, feeling the tension tighten around me chest. My wife chimed in, soft but insistent. "Do it for the family." The words sounded like knives, but I kept my face calm. I nodded. "I'll handle it," I said, my voice quiet, steady. Inside, something was already shifting. For years, I had walked carefully in their world, smiling, accommodating, keeping peace. Her son, my brother-in-law, was reckless, entitled, always shielded from consequences. I had been polite, invested, had even thought he might change. I had trusted. I had believed in loyalty. That belief, it turned out, was a weakness. The night he crashed into a lamp post, the smell of alcohol lingering. I knew my life was about to intersect with betrayal in a way he hadn't imagined. She wanted me to ruin myself, to swallow guilt I didn't deserve. And my wife. She had quietly nodded, silently urging me to sacrifice the family, they said. But I wasn't naive. I saw the strings they pulled, the web of protection, and the injustice they intended. I replayed the night in me head, frame by frame, as if a film editor dissecting every shot. My wife's brother had been driving. I had seen the signs, the smell, the haphazard steering, but no one had noticed the small detail, the dashcam footage from a car parked across the street. It had captured everything. Him behind the wheel, laughter, arrogance, oblivion. The evidence didn't lie. I spent the next few days quietly, methodically. Every move was calculated. I copied the footage, backed it up, labeled every frame with timestamps. I observed my mother-in-law's schedule, her habits. I listened to every word, every suggestion, every expectation placed on me. I wrote my own narrative, piece by piece, until the truth was undeniable. The planning consumed me, but I didn't rush. I let tension build. I let them feel secure in their belief that I would obey, that I would comply. That illusion of control. It was the perfect cover. Sunday arrived. The smell of roast chicken and the faint sweetness of apple pie filled the house. The family laughed around the table. I carried the dashcam footage on a small USB stick hidden in the lining of my jacket. My mother-in-law was talking about reputations, about how delicate the family name was. My wife smiled politely, unaware that her encouragement had fueled my next move. I excused myself. "I need to make a quick stop," I said. No one questioned it. The drive to the police station was quiet, meditative. I replayed the footage once more, watching him laugh behind the wheel. I imagined the look on their faces when the truth came out. Fecalness I felt was precise, almost clinical. At the station, I handed over the USB. I explained everything. "This the dashcam footage," I said. "It shows who was actually driving." The officer nodded, seriousness in his eyes. I left, stepping back into the late afternoon sun, listening to the distant hum of life outside. I felt nothing and everything at once. Anticipation, satisfaction, relief. By the time I returned, dinner was still in progress. The moment I had orchestrated unfolded like a slow-motion scene. Police arrived. My mother-in-law froze, her fork halfway to her mouth. My wife's eyes widened, confusion and betrayal whirring across her face. They asked my brother-in-law to step outside. His laugh turned into panic, into pleading, into silence. It happened so fast. Handcuffs, the red light in his eyes when he realized it wasn't me. My mother-in-law's face contorted, the mask off control slipping. My wife. She looked at me, searching, understanding, and maybe fearing me. I said nothing. I only watched. Later, when the house was quiet, I reflected. The power had shifted. What they had assumed, my compliance, had been their fatal miscalculation. Justice had been delivered, not with rage, not with theatrics, but with precision. I executed every step like a chess player, never showing emotion, letting them checkmate themselves. I poured myself another cup of coffee. I didn't gloat. I didn't need to. The silence of the house was enough. It hot of my wife, of family loyalty twisted into coercion. I thought of the calm satisfaction of knowing the truth finally had authority over deception. He hadn't destroyed them, but I had exposed them. I hadn't lost my integrity, but he had claimed my power. In that there was closure. In that there was peace. And in that quiet reflection, I smiled just slightly, savoring the final, bitterly sweet truth. I didn't just handle it. He had won.